Get on with it. If a nigga wants to be in your life, a nigga's going to be in your life. If a nigga don't want to know you, it's his loss. Because when you're doing good and you're booming up in the charts, a nigga's going to want to know you then. That's when you dash the ice water on his blood clot.
Everything gonna make sense soon. Let the band get and put it over the wall.
Watagwan pa, watagwan. Hi guys. So I'm doing a little vlog kind of thing today. Obviously, quarantine and all. I'm not in the best of moods. Can I put my stuff in the boot? Yeah, I'm not in the best of moods today because, like, I don't know, I've just been thinking. And yeah, I'm going to Renee's house today. I actually wasn't gonna go because I don't really, if you know me, like, I don't really like being around people when I'm in a bad mood. When I'm not in the mood, I do not like leaving my house. Like, that's why I didn't want to go to Renee's house today, because I know when I get in a bad mood, like, I can really push it onto others. If you lot look at my hair and my beard, yeah, it's just growing and growing out. And even yesterday, while I've been thinking about my dad and my relationship with my dad, my mum pops up and she's like to me, "You look like your dad so much," with my beard like this. And I'm just like, whoa, it's crazy, man. It's crazy that I'm thinking about my dad and then my mum says I look like my dad. I don't even know what the title of this video is going to be called, but like, I've just been thinking, yeah, obviously over the past year, the small achievements that I've made and the things that the opportunities that I've been able to do and shit like that, it's just like, I wish I could share it with my dad. Like, literally, that's what I've been thinking about since last night and today. Like, why can I not share certain moments with my dad? Like, why has our relationship gone into the gutter? Obviously, I haven't shared my personal issues and things like that on my social media, so nobody really knows. So this might come as a surprise to some of you lot, but like, I think about this all the time, and as much as I get older and I have to like move on and just do my own thing, it's like, how do you just move on from somebody that raised you half of your life? Do you get what I mean? Growing up, I grew up with both my parents, and as you saw in my previous video, my parents got divorced. But during my childhood, I always felt like everybody was just so segregated and separated. I've just deeped that, like, I'm not even close with my brothers. Like, I'm not, don't get me wrong, if I needed my brothers, I can call them. If my brothers needed me, they can call me. But why does it have to wait for that for us to communicate? Like, we just don't think, like when I see other sibling relationships, it's just so natural that they just see each other nearly every other week. But I'm out here, I ain't seen my brother in over a year, and that is just crazy to me. I just always think to myself, like, I should be sharing my little achievements or little things that I have in the works with my siblings. Do you understand what I mean? And back to my dad, it's just like, I feel like some of these things have had a lot to do with how he was raised. With both my parents, with all of our parents, like, because obviously we're not all full-blooded siblings, but with all of our parents, I feel like it had a lot to do with how we were raised. And I did say in my previous video, when I was younger, I did feel like my brothers and my sisters were catered to more than I was. It was a little insecurity of mine that I felt like I couldn't knock off. But as I've gotten older, it's just like, we're all just different people, and there's never a moment where we've had like that unity, and it just blows my mind. Another thing about like growing up in like a Caribbean household is that, like, I feel like not a lot of things are taken seriously. So like, your dreams and aspirations or things that you want to be or do is not taken seriously unless it's done by the book. I wanted to actually paint. Like, painting and sketching was my dream. Like, I loved painting and it was really therapeutic for me. I feel like when that wasn't taken seriously, I kind of had a vendetta, and that's a huge word to use, but I kind of felt like I had a vendetta against my dad, because it was like, what do you mean I can't be an artist? What do you mean I can't be, what do you mean I can't do fine art as a career? Like, when I was young, I didn't understand it. I just didn't really fuck with him for a period of time, and it wasn't a case of him sitting me down and saying to me, all right, the reason why this is not the best or da-da-da-da. There was none of that. It was, we are talking about is foolishness or things like that. And it's just like, what do you mean? Why is it foolishness? Tell me why. Like, why are you not giving me a sit down about my career? Why are you not advising me on the best things to do? And it's just like, with the position that I'm in now, I'm actually grateful that I can actually earn money while sitting at home. I can actually go through my emails and see what collaborations I can do and get paid. You get what I mean? It's crazy that a year ago I couldn't do this. I'm actually grateful that while we are in lockdown, quarantine, whatever you want to call it, that I can still make a little change. Do you understand what I mean? Because there's people out here that are becoming redundant, you losing their jobs and all these type of things because of a situation like this. But when you have the opportunity to monetize off of your social media, you're actually lucky. My dad's got a business, yeah. My dad's got a Caribbean restaurant. If you lot don't know it, it's called Hot Pot. It's called Hot Pot and it's in Shepherd's Bush, yeah. My dad has a business, and I just feel like with the position that I'm in, it's like we should be collaborating. We should be finding ways to be able to market your business on social media, build your online reputation. I feel like I'm your plug, and it's like, because our relationship is so poor, we can't do things like that. It's just it's a shame. And I've literally just been thinking about all these things while in my bed last night and just today as I've woken up. One time, I was 15 or 16, I can't remember, but I remember one time my uncle and his wife were getting married, and my dad had booked a wedding on that date, on the same day as my birthday. I was fortunate to not be able to go into school that day, but it was just like a whole wedding on my birthday. I almost felt like I wasn't important. I just felt like, what about me? Do you get what I mean? As a kid, that's what was going through my head, like, what about me? So ever since then, I don't know if you lot have noticed, but on my social media there is not one post that says happy birthday to me, because I just don't really care for birthdays. Since that day, I've just never really cared for birthdays. It's just like little significant moments that have happened in my life have played out in how I behave and how I operate as an adult. Obviously, in the beginning, when my parents did divorce, it was like, who do I pick? Who do I choose? Like, what side am I on? Like, but as I've gotten older, it's like, nah, it's not about sides. It's just about who's there and who's not. Do you get what I mean? And obviously, right now, it's like, my dad's nowhere to be found. He's doing his own thing. Gave me my first job. Gave me a roof over my head while I was in college. Like, he fed me. Like, so. But I feel like those things you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? So it's like the affectionate side of things was just non-existent. I feel like in a Caribbean household as well, once you reach a certain age, it's like, you're an adult now, deal with it on your own. And that's not how it should be. I'm not saying that you should baby your kids. I'm not saying that you should baby your 30-year-old son or daughter, but be there, innit? Be that parent. When my dad was my age, he already had like 4 kids. He came from Jamaica at like 16, 17 and was able to rebuild his life, make a family, start afresh. And obviously all those things is what I like love about my dad. All those things is what I like aspire. And when it comes to my grind and working hard and having that money making aspect, like, I respect that about my dad and I look up to him for those things. The loving side and the affectionate side of it is just not there. It's non-existent. I don't know if any of you lot are the same. I don't know if you lot have the same relationships with your parents, but comment down below how you are with your parents and if you know anybody that have parents like mine, because it just blows my mind. He also can be a bit intimidating. It's weird because my dad is not the type of person that would be like shout at you or like go off on you, but it's like, don't ramp with him basically. He's that type of person where it's like, don't ramp with me. Looking at my younger siblings, I see how they are with him, and it's like, this man's not gonna bite you, but I see that because he's not the most affectionate person in the world, why you would be intimidated or you would second guess asking him to do something. But as he's gotten older, I do see he's gotten a lot better. But it's like, you should be rebuilding your relationship with your older kids, because we need you as much as your younger kids need you too. But I might talk to Renee about it and see what her opinion is or what she thinks about it. Even like with my business, I've just ordered new stock for my headbands. I've got new colorways, and it just feels good to know that I've got my own source of income, if that makes sense. And it's good to know that there's people out there that fuck with my brand and fuck with me. So when I'm doing things like this, I should be able to share this with my dad. And obviously with things like me starting my own business, earning money independently, it reminds me of my dad. But my dad is a chef, he sells cakes, he sells food, he's got his own food shop. So all these little things remind me of my dad. But hey, it's one of those things, man. But yeah, I'm making my way to Renee's house now, so I'll see y'all in a bit.
Cheer up, friend.
Listen, I've just been thinking about this whole, me and my dad.
Bun him. Your waste, man.
No, but little things that I do in my life, it reminds me of my dad.
That's why you gotta eat. Take your stress away. Alright, I'm Michelle. You know what, guys, yeah? Don't talk to my dad. He's useless. He don't want to know me. He's never ever once pick up the phone or try to reach out to me or get in contact with me. So you know what? Fuck that nigga.
I think that's what I do respect about you. Like, you just get on, you just
get on with it.
do
Fuck.
your thing and whatever.
Get on with it. If a nigga wants to be in your life, a nigga's going to be in your life. If a nigga don't want to know you, it's his loss. Because when you're doing good and you're booming up in the charts, a nigga's going to want to know you then. That's when you dash the ice water on his blood clot. Sorry to be disrespectful, but actually fuck your dad. He's actually a useless man. Fucking useless Jamaican dickhead. If you got a dad out there that hasn't bothered to pick up the phone to reach out to you, don't even beat yourself up about it. At the end of the day, believe in yourself. Don't chase after anybody that doesn't want to be in your life, because you was brought into this world for a purpose. And it's his loss for not getting to know the amazing soul that you have. That's on period, sis. I ain't bothered. Yeah.
That was all for this vlog, guys. So as I said before, comment down below if you're experiencing anything like I'm experiencing, or make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the thing, and thank you for the love every time. Watagwa.